Alright, today I'm along the French Creek Trail in northern Chester County, Pennsylvania, and I'm going to look at a little bit of gunpowder history, specifically Revolutionary War gunpowder history. And then I'm going to continue on the trail a little ways more until it ends at another old mill building that's been rebuilt, and then end it right at a covered bridge. There's also a couple of historic markers I'll show too. But what I want to show here, the main thing coming up here, is I'm going to head into a bridge. The trail goes over a bridge. Right near that bridge, there was a dam built in the around 1776, and it was used for a gunpowder mill that was just above that. And what makes this mill significant was, at the time, because of the rebellion in the colonies, King George restricted gunpowder supplies into the colonies. So Washington, for his troops, he needed gunpowder. So he got the Continental Congress to build some mills. I don't know exactly how many was built, but one of them was built right here, and those are the ruins I'm going to show you. Okay, so off in the distance here, you probably can't see it, but there's a bridge here. And when we get closer, you'll see it. What you're going to see is I don't know exactly where the dam was, but you'll be able to see the race where the water would flow to kind of feed feed this mill. And we'll get a little bit closer to that. There's a gate there. It's still standing, and then you can see kind of the pathway of where the water would have flowed as it would approach the mill. So we're approaching that area now, and then I'll show you that. Alright, so across the creek, you can see, you might be able to see it from here. I'll get closer then, but that was where the race was, that the water would flow through to be used for the gunpowder mill. That was up here. So this was first dammed in 1776, around that time period, after the King George limited the amount of gunpowder that was shipped to the states, or to the colonies, I should say. So it's a nice little bridge here on the trail. I'm going to go down underneath, see if there's much there. Alright, so over there is what I was talking about. That should have been where the water would have flown through. Alright, then we'll head up to see the ruins of what I assume are the ruins of the old gunpowder mill. It's right by an interpretive sign, so it should be the ruins for or what's left. There's not much left there, but a little bit there, which would have been what's left of the old gunpowder mill. Okay, so this is where the water would have come up off the creek, and then it would have flowed up through this bed here, and then it would have gone up into to help power the mill. And then we'll walk around to the gate here that's still standing, and then we can take a look at that. So you come across another one of these historic signs here telling you about the mill, the gunpowder mill here. And I presume it's the remnants of these old stones up here. Alright, so whether or not these are the gunpowder ruins or not, I don't really know. But I'll still take a quick look at them. They probably are. Alright, so there's a sign here. Besides telling you how to make gunpowder, it's showing a little building here that's on the, said it was on the corner of the, what's now National Guard property off the trail here. So I'm thinking this building might have been a remake of that building. So, quick check this out. Okay, so this is actually a historic building here. So, the sign here indicates this was Snyder's Mill. The land was, after this was no longer a gunpowder mill area, it was purchased by a guy named Casper Snyder Jr., who bought the land and farmed it. And then later, his two sons, Henry and Thomas, operated a mill, and this was Snyder's Mill. So there's a picture here from 1990, and then of course redone now. Then over here is where the water wheel would have been. So this mill was built around 1830, and there's a drawing here of how it may have looked when it was in operation. So kind of cool. And then the last thing here is the covered bridge. So this covered bridge goes back to, this is Rapp's Mill covered bridge, or Rapp's covered bridge, Rapp's Dam covered bridge, it's listed as. And it is 1866 it was built. And it was mainly built for other mills that were along this area. There's a guy named Rapp that had a mill in this area, and that's who the bridge was named after. So this, of course, came much later after the but the bridge is still in use. There's a lot of cars driving by. It's a one-lane bridge though, so you gotta wait for other cars. But this is French Creek here, where the bridge goes over, and there's a couple more historic signs over here I'm gonna check out. Alright, so this one tells you about the grist mill days. This was Thomas Snyder from, so he was the one that owned the mill over here. So he's the one that sold the land to, and mills to George Washington Rapp. Rapp had worked for the Snyders as an assistant miller. Rapp built successful milling business with all the latest technology, selling gold medal and Rapp's flour mill. So that was what was done here, and that's who the bridge was named after. One of the things I've noticed about the covered bridges in Pennsylvania is a lot of them seem to have been built, really pushed by mill owners to be able to get their products and around. Mill owners and farmers were like the ones that seem to really push the construction of these covered bridges. There were once 85 covered bridges in Chester County. Today there's 15, including some that kind of, there's at least one that crosses into Delaware County. Then I think there's a couple that, or maybe a couple that cross into Lancaster County too. So, and then this sign up here is kind of interesting. I'm not sure, as it mentions an archaeological dig site. I don't know if it's something that you can go up and see or not. I'll check into that later. So Hessian soldiers raided the powder mill complex and smashed everything to pieces, set the factory to fire. Service of the Continental Powder Mill to a new condition was forever an end 15 months after production. Alright, so I just came here looking for the covered bridge. I was going to make a stop at this covered bridge, and I didn't realize that there was a lot more here. So I'm glad I walked around a little bit and learned a lot myself here.